Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Miley, and today I am here to give you all a collective message for the week of March 23rd through March 29th, 2025. Before we jump right into your reading, I would like for you to know that you have free will to listen to the message that I channel today through the cards, and I hope that regardless of the decision you make, you will make your decision based on your own inner guidance. Because this is a general reading, parts of the channeled messages may or may not resonate. So if it does not resonate, release and do not force it to resonate for whatever your life situation may be at the time you are seeing this video. Now that I've solved that, let's jump right into your reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Ace of Swords upright, the Six, and the Eight of Swords, both reversed. So you have nothing but swords cards for your week, and I'm picking up on a lot of mental effort that is required of you. I'm picking up on something being a disturbance in your life that you need to address, or I am seeing you brainstorming in the Ace of Swords upright and are trying to figure out a way to solve an issue. You may need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and do something you typically would not consider doing. Your problem-solving skills are being put to the test, and in the Ace of Swords, it feels like you're ready to take on this new challenge. You feel invigorated because this issue or this new problem that you're faced with feels different from what you're used to handling. I'm getting this energy that you're feeling intellectually stimulated. The gears in your mind are turning in a way that they never have before. I'm getting the visual of a student who typically wouldn't raise their hand and participate in class is now raising their hand and asking all of the right questions. Maybe the particular topic that is being discussed in the classroom has piqued this student's interest, and that's the reason there is a shift in their energy in the classroom. In the Six of Swords reversed, I'm also getting the potential to call attention to something that could stir the pot a little bit this week that others may not welcome. I'm getting the visual of someone openly speaking about something others would prefer for them to not talk about. There's no need to highlight this. There's no need to call attention to this. At least that's what others are saying. We are still in Mercury retrograde, and I'm also picking up on revisiting something that you would like to see progress in. Maybe you noticed something was wrong or off, and while everyone else is willing to look past this, you, however, are not. You can't ignore it for whatever reason, and so I'm seeing you bring it up, and when you do, others may roll their eyes like, why are you bringing this up? I thought we moved past this. There's nothing more to talk about regarding this. Or, I thought we already handled this. We didn't overlook anything. Things should be fine. And for some of you, you're not letting up on this. Some of you out there may be the kind of person who doesn't typically say anything unless it was important, and this week something important needs to be said by you or by someone you are interacting with. I'm getting that a conversation needs to be had, and you or this person wants to communicate effectively with you or you with them. Even if what you feel that you need to say will be met with backlash, you want to push through and get your message across regardless, because it's important for you to get this off of your chest. The Three of Cups has come out of your reading, and I'm getting the visual of a group of people sitting in a room, and it looks like they're about to have a meeting, and by the end of this meeting, people are seeing eye to eye with each other. They can all collectively agree on something, even if at the start of the meeting people weren't willing to meet each other halfway. Progress has finally been made, and I'm seeing contracts being signed, and a collaboration is on the way that these people are celebrating. If you are romantically involved with someone, I'm seeing you or the other person wanting to have an important conversation that could be rocky to bring up and talk about, but in the end, both parties are coming together and are glad that you both had that talk. There is an understanding between each other eventually. after all the time you needed to get things situated. Now, I'm also getting that things could go in the opposite direction where you can both agree to disagree. You're technically still on the same page, even if it means you're going in a different direction. And I'm getting this information from the Queen of Pentacles reverse that has come out in your reading with the Four of Pentacles reversed as a clarifying card. You could be interacting with someone who refuses to be reasonable in your eyes, or they could be feeling this way about you. I'm getting the example of someone trying to have a serious conversation with their parent, and the parent refuses to see and understand things from their child's perspective. Maybe there are some things they refuse to acknowledge, which is causing the child in the situation to make the decision to let this parent go from their life. There is a separation that is happening between people who mean something to each other. I'm seeing behaviors that aren't the best to be showcasing in the middle of a serious conversation or an argument. I'm picking up on manipulative behaviors. Someone is not willing to own up to their own part that they played that has led to this conversation that needed to be had in the first place. I'm hearing a lot of, it's your fault, no, it's your fault, when in actuality it could be both people's fault to a certain degree. There's the potential that someone is not willing to hold themselves accountable in the situation. I'm seeing things being blown out of proportion, things got out of control, and now we're here. I would suggest trying to de-escalating the situation before it gets out of hand if you are able to. Maybe go and walk it off for a bit and try to calm down to minimize the chances of you or someone else getting hurt. I'm picking up on stress and being emotionally overwhelmed and feeling helpless on not knowing how to move on from this situation. You're asking yourself, where do we go from here, or where do I go from here? This battle that you are going through doesn't have to be with another person. It could just be with yourself. You could be the one asking yourself the important questions and you're struggling to answer them, or you are asking the universe or whatever higher power you believe in these important questions, and you feel like you're not getting an answer, or you're not getting the answer that you want to hear, which could disappoint you. The Nine of Swords upright is here, and it's showing me isolation. Again, you could be separating yourself from a situation with another person, or you could just be shutting yourself away from the world because you want to be alone and you're feeling lost. You're struggling to make sense of certain things in your life and how to move past this. With the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Swords together, I'm getting that the reality of something may hit you. Maybe you were under the illusion that you could have a mature civil conversation with someone and things didn't turn out how you thought they would. Again, things being blown out of proportion. Things got intense and people were sharp with their tongue and others couldn't handle it. Even in instances where you didn't say anything disrespectful and you didn't curse anyone out, maybe the person on the receiving end couldn't handle the truth about what you were saying. Again, the refusal to acknowledge what is being said. I am getting that some of you may actually feel sorry and regretful about what you said to another person. I'm hearing someone say, why did I say that? Why, or where did things go wrong? There's a lot of confusion happening in the mind, and you're trying your best to make sense of everything. You want to have a clear mind, and you know where to and know where to go from here. And you may get to a point where you are able to have all of the answers you seek at some point. If not within this week, then at some point in the future. But for right now, it seems as though you will be dealing with some heavy emotions you need to address and acknowledge this week. There is a boldness within you this week that is allowing you to speak and say what you deem is important and needs to be said, and it may trigger something in others or yourself, and the trigger may hurt internally, but it is causing you to highlight something that may have needed to be highlighted starting this week. Your fears may come up and you may feel the need to make sense as to why they are here in the first place and what you can do to regulate yourself when you are being overly stimulated by these fears. The Page of Swords and the Two of Swords, both reversed, has shown up in your reading now. And in the Page of Swords, it feels like there is a lot going on in the mind right now. I'm getting that you're trying your best to process everything all at once, and it's becoming difficult to do that. It's like you're having an information overload and your emotions are thrown in the mix, and you may be feeling hurt, disappointed, anxious, fearful, and confused all at once. And I'm seeing a delay in something happening in the progress you would like to be making. I'm hearing someone say, we can't move on until this is handled. And I'm seeing the rolling eyes from someone as a response to this statement. Again, I'm seeing you shed a light on something, wanting to show the truth of something, exposing it, and others don't want to face it. Or this could be flipped and someone is wanting to show you something that you don't want to see. It's like shining a flashlight in your eyes. It's too bright and it hurts to look at it, but you can't avoid it. You've been found and someone refuses to let you out of their sight now. I'm getting that the mind games won't work anymore on someone. They recognize something. Maybe it's the manipulative patterns that I mentioned earlier, and someone is not budging and not participating in the games anymore. And because of this, they are being met with someone who is starting to become unreasonable, or they are being met with someone who is too stunned to speak. They have nothing to say and they're scrambling in their minds what the next best thing they should say out loud should be, but either nothing is coming out or they proceed to say something dumb that doesn't help their case in the slightest bit, and you can tell that they're losing the battle. I'm getting that someone out there may say something along the lines of, well, I'm gonna spread gossip about you, that's bad. And you or whomever this person is talking to is not budging, because you now see the truth of something and you know that it's not worth going back and forth with this person, because one, their lies will be exposed eventually, and two, it's clear that this person is set in their ways and would rather continue to go down the path that they are already going down instead of seeing the change that you are trying to create for the better. Again, there's a delay in something that you want to make right, and for whatever reason others are attempting to turn a blind eye to it, but they can't, because the flashlight is still shining in their eyes and they can't escape it. Another Swords card has appeared in your reading, and it's the Four of Swords upright, and I'm getting a contemplation energy from this card. It's like you're racking your brain on how to properly move forward from the situation after everything was said and done. Your truth is out there. The truth is out there. Everyone said what they wanted to say. Things are starting to calm down a bit, and the hyped up energy is starting to come down, and everyone has worn themselves out in this battle and just wants to either move on or forget that all of this happened. And now we are circling back to the agreeing to disagree scenario, or the we can finally be on the same page scenario. This is a general reading, so the results may differ for others based on their situation, but we are going to move on from this explosion somehow, in some way. I'm seeing a group of people on opposing sides separating and then regrouping to come to a final conclusion, because I'm getting that we can't leave all of this chaos in the air. We need to make a decision now on how we want to go about moving forward now that this light of truth is here front and center. I'm getting that certain situations will come to a peaceful resolution in the end, and I'm also getting that some of you will do what you can to protect your peace at all costs in the end, if the resolution is less than peaceful. And you will eventually move on to bigger and better things that need your attention. Some of you may go to whatever higher power you believe in to help you with the process of moving forward, or you may go to someone that you can trust that can give you spiritual guidance or just guidance in general. This person is trustworthy and they are reliable and mature enough to help you and give you advice on how to deal with your current situation. For your final tarot card that has made an appearance, it is the Eight of Wands reversed. So some of you out there may be returning home this week from traveling and you're ready to relax in the sanctuary of your own home. You are finally able to get away from the loud noise that was your traveling experience, or there could be a delay with how you are going to be able to get back home. Regardless of what's happening with your method of transportation, you are clearly done and just want to go home. I'm getting the sense that you are tired and maybe experiencing a little bit of jet lag, but you are happy to just be home, or happy that your trip has ended when it did and you can come back to your place of peace and maybe quiet, depending if you live in a noisy household or not. If you do live in a noisy household, then I am seeing you shutting your bedroom door and calling it a day and getting restful sleep. In the Four of Swords, I am seeing some of you having to deal with a migraine once you come back home, but at least you are able to get away from what has caused your migraine to appear. In the end, I do hope that you enjoy your relaxation time at some point during this week. Moving on from that, I am now going to give you your oracle card from the Work Your Light Oracle Cards deck for the advice you need to receive, or the advice you may need to carry with you for the week of March 23rd through March 29th, 2025. And the card that came out for you was the Mitaken card that says, longing for home, belonging, the original lightworkers. And reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, Mintakins are a soul group who originated on a planet in the constellation Orion. They were the first star beings to travel to Earth, and believed to be the original lightworkers. The Mitakins' home planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you could see through it for miles. For this reason, Mitakins feel most at peace and at home when in or around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see the potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mitakins have an odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pulled this card, it could mean that you are a Mitakin, or longing for a sense of belonging and root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel secure and safe. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where that is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on Earth to call your own. If so, you are being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now. To choose where you feel most at home and create it, rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. And for your Work Your Light transmission, it says, hold the card on your heart and say, I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release any grief around not belonging or feeling held and call in the perfect home. There is this sense of grounding that was needed for your reading, so I understand why this card came out for you for this week. Grounding so that you are able to make sense of everything that you're experiencing this week, especially on an emotional level. Grounding so that you don't lose yourself in all of the chaos that has or will erupt. You are able to come back home to yourself so you don't lose your mind or yourself. I am getting that some of you may gain the clarity that you need when you are near a body of water. If that is something that you feel called to do in your own time, just be safe out there. I am getting that the focus isn't to be in the water, but to observe it. Like when you don't want to be in the storm, drenched in the rain, but you want to observe it from a window with your favorite warm beverage. But other than that, that is all that I have for you all today. I hope that the messages within this reading resonated with you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. See ya!